Ladies and gentlemen, Gungans and droids, across the beloved empire, say it with me right now. It's great to be in the Empire today. It's great seeing each and every one of you guys aboard the biggest and deadliest Star Destroyer, where we got more Galaxy of Heroes news to kick us off for 2022. As you guys know, card in the top right-hand corner, Iden Versio was confirmed, and it looks like she's a marquee event coming out tomorrow. So you guys better know where you want to be when you want to see the first hand testing of Iden. But today, no one's talking about it. Kind of slipped under the radar. It's not even on Reddit, and that's pretty bonkers. Carth Onasi is getting an Omicron ability upgrade. Initial impressions, probably the worst Omicron in Galaxy of Heroes. But if you stick around towards the second half of the video, the tinfoil hat has another prophecy which it wants to foretell for all of you guys today. This is definitely the oddest thing I've seen with the Omicrons. Now, of course, as you guys know, I said this before, not all Omicrons are created equally. Just like Zetas. When Zetas first come out, some were amazing, some were trash, some were okay, and some were absolutely useless. Carth Onasi and the older public are meant to get a boost here, but doesn't really make a lot of sense with the current situation. And we've kind of felt this before with the Grand Arena Omicrons before Grand Arena got the changes. We'll come back to the roster to kind of explain a few things about this Omicron, but let's hop on over here, where not too long ago they posted Carth Onasi's Omicron update, but the biggest problem is this, and this is going to get us into the crazy tinfoil hat conspiracy theories, where I'll also prove today that pigeons are just simply government spies that sit on the power lines because that's how they charge their batteries. Don't at me, the tinfoil hat said it all. I don't got government brainwaves coming in here, baby. Territory battle Omicrons generally are the least useful ones in the game right now. Grand Arena Territory Wars, kind of number one. Territory battles, Rolo, Rebel Officer Leorgon has been all right, but really, they're not really that great in the grand scheme of the game, especially in terms of bang for your buck impact with how valuable Omicrons are. Let's take a look at it. While in territory battles, it really breaks my heart, at least for now, that it's territory battle specific. Older public allies have plus 20% counter chance. Okay. Max health, defense for each older public ally. Okay, we're going to take a look at that Carth lead again in a moment here, because as you see, you already get a lot of potency, tenacity up, critical avoidance, yada, yada, yada. But moving on, whenever an older public ally uses this special ability, they inflict 4 damage over time effects on the selected target, which can't be evaded. And here's already 2 big problems. One, fine, it can't be evaded, but you still have to go through a potency and tenacity check. And if this is meant for territory battles, I'm presuming light side, because you only have one dark side older public character and the rest are light side based. They already have such crazy high tenacity. Yeah, maybe that 30% potency boost helps, but even a potency boost, it's still usually not enough. So that's already problem number 1. Problem number 2, Canderous. He can't be on the team because they don't let you use dark side characters in Republic Offensive here. So many problems already. And then Carth Assist is called to assist then. Whenever an older public ally attacks at a turn, they recover 5% health and protection and gain 25% offense, which is stacking until the end of the encounter. And that's it. And when you kind of read the initial comments, they're not really the best. The initial impressions are not the best right now in regards to it. Just something doesn't make sense about this Omicron per se, and just territory battle specifically. These aren't really changing the game mode. Maybe they was released maybe when Territories first came out, maybe, but we have so many teams now that people use. It's not really a question of teams, it's more GP based. It's hard to fill up all that stuff, and we already have some decent teams with Galactic Republic, already Jedi Knight Revan, and all the other sorts like Commander Luke Skywalker, Bad Batch, you name it. Here's the problem we're having. Let's hop over to the game real quick, and then we'll get into tinfoil conspiracy theory time here. Problem number 1, Canderous Ordo. Really sucks. Really sucks that he's not allowed inside a GOTB light side. Luckily, he could be used with Maul Mandalorians inside of the dark side version of it. So the problem is, without Canderous there, you're really not going to be getting a lot of fun out of the damage over times, because he absolutely loves damage over times. He'd be getting so much Terminator. He'd be spamming so many attacks. His offense would go crazy high. Unfortunately, that's not going to be the case here. All right, you got Carth Onasi here. So all right, when he's assisting, he's going to inflict the damage over time for 2 turns, and then this attack deals 10% more damage for each damage over time effect on that enemy. hypothetically, if there's going to be a lot of damage over time, all right, this might be okay. I guess the biggest upside to this is probably this will be nice with Mission and Zalbar. But here's the problem that Old Republic is facing. They're kind of in a Phoenix level situation. You only want to gear them up to the extent that you need to get Darth Malik unlocked, and then you stop. I mean, take a look here. I just geared up Zalbar maybe 2 months ago, finally, after how many years have these guys been out? Since 2018? I just geared him up recently because it's like, all right, he's a tank. He could be useful Beskar Mando as a 5th member, just dropping AoE. He's got an armor shred that help those whistling birds that come with that the power blast ability. Beyond that, there wasn't really a need to gear him up. Missions are kind of all right, but there's, again, no need to gear him up. T3 and 4, you don't really need to gear up, but he's helpful with the Grievous nuke team. Then you got Jedit Revan, Jolie, Bindle, Bastila Shan. That's already a full team. If you're using them on a non-Jedi mission, I think you might be doing something a little incorrectly with this team for territory battles at that point. It's just something, nothing's clicking here. The team doesn't make sense. The territory battle Omicron doesn't make sense. And this is getting into tinfoil hat conspiracy theory time. So if you go under your seats, you'll find some tinfoil. I highly recommend you put it on so we can open up your third eye and help you truly understand the mysteries of our universe that we have here. Let's get into it. I highly recommend, if you're gonna watch, your mind's gonna be blown. Unless you don't have this on. Helps contain the brain power. Let's take this step by step here. The last time I felt like something's off with these Omicrons was Grand Arena, because before Grand Arena got its changes, really the best Omicrons in terms of like helping you progress your roster forward was Territory Wars, because of the new change that were implemented, the Relic 9, for example, the rewards, all that other fun stuff. So Territory Wars seemed to be the best way to apply Omicrons. However, a few short weeks later, we got this funny little leak, as you guys recall, and everyone doubted it, but it pretty much foretold the prophecy. They must have went on the highest mountain that's in Sacramento and got the prophecy foretold to them. The Grand Arena changes came, and all of a sudden, Grand Arena Omicrons made so much more sense, because even I said back then, Grand Arena Omicrons are cool, but Grand Arena was solely it's more of a boasting game mode. How many Grand Arenas you could win. It wasn't really that impact on the roster. Well, now they put all the crystals in there, and they also reworked the leaderboard, so the boasting effect got doubled, and the importance of Grand Arena tripled, because of crystals having a huge home inside of Grand Arena. Now, Grand Arena Omicrons are the most popular ones. Territory second, Territory Battles third. Territory Battle Omicrons, they're just not that important. They're not that impactful on the grand scheme of the game. And this leads us into the big tinfoil hat conspiracy right here about the next capital ship being Sith with Nihilus's Ravager. Now, we thought this whole thing was just a complete crap post. No one believed a word of it until everything pretty much started happening. The Grand Arena changes happened. Qui-Gon Jinn Omicron was predicted to the point. And really, the only thing we're waiting for, Starkiller being underwhelming. I guess that depends how you look at it. For Grand Arena, I think he's fairly adequate. Outside of Grand Arena, yeah, he could be a bit underwhelming. So that could be seen as true depending how you look at it. The last thing we're waiting to see is this Darth Nihilus Sith Ravager capital ship to happen. This might mean, here it comes, we could be expecting maybe one of two things. Firstly, maybe some new Old Republic characters to kind of make that team make a bit more sense. That's one thing right there. Or two, Darth Nihilus Ravager coming. The question is, how would they be rolled as something to be unlocked in Galaxy Heroes? And let me show you how, before the Executor, how were the big capital ships released back in the day? Well, as you guys remember, the Negotiator and the Malevolence, bring them on over, Gear Bear, were a guild event store farm that needed the currency exclusively from Geonosis territory battles. Now, unfortunately, right now, we don't have the voice actor for Darth Nihilus tweeting Evan McGregor saying, "Oh, I'm so jealous that you have the Negotiator in Galaxy of Heroes, hashtag SWGoH at EA at Galaxy of Heroes." So we don't have much to work on in regards to this aspect. The reason why I'm bringing this up is because if that leaks, so far it's 75% sure. We're just waiting for that last bit to come to fruition. What if they release the new territory battles? And that's how we're going to get access to the new Sith capital ship. And one that would still, it would take quite a while for territory battleships to unlock. I would assume they're going to release a guild event token 3, because we have 1, 2, and maybe they release a third one. Furthermore, CG hasn't been opposed to the ideas of new territory battles. They have said they have no plans for a new raid. And the reasoning is With raids, they put all this effort in, and people usually beat it in the first day, and then at that point, it's kind of, past it. That's why you don't really see many people talk about the challenge ranker raid, because the team's already kind of settled in place. People know how to beat it, have a few jails, call it a day for your guild. It got beatable pretty quickly for the most part. Yes, it's still something for guilds to strive up to, but they don't like stuff that's beaten by guilds right away. And territory battles is one of those things where not a single guild has maxed out the stars inside of GOTB. Let me show you how my guild did. We actually hit our personal record. I think it's the highest you can possibly get right now inside of Galaxy of Heroes. What was it? That was the special mission right there. Here we go. Right here. We hit our personal record of 33 stars, but there's just not enough GP, enough characters or ships to get us to the max star count. And I think CG likes this type of stuff because they made it, back in 2019? And people still haven't maxed it out to this day. Carth Onasi, Omicron, territory battles being kind of useless for right now. Darth Nihilus, Ravager. Darth Nihilus being in Knights of the Old Republic too. Carth Onasi's from the Old Republic. Things are connecting here if you're wearing a tinfoil hat. We'll have to wait and see. Long story short, I don't know if I could really recommend people going for this Omicron right now. At least for Rebel Officer Leia Organa, I kind of understood a little bit. If you push for like Jedi Master Luke Skywalker, Rolo was able to take some pretty leftover Rebel stuff and get some pretty solid wins for territory. That one made a lot of sense. And plus GOTB is the most difficult territory battles that exist inside the game. With this, the team doesn't make sense. You can't use Canderous. Jedi Knight Revan and Jolie and Bastila are doing some Jedi stuff. It's not really making a lot of sense. I suppose if you're one of those who has maxed out Old Republic because you're just a fanatic and you're waiting for a use for them, maybe you can get something out of them. Even so, is it much better than some other stuff? Again, at the end of the day, it's your game. You get to do what you want in Galaxy of Heroes. But I say, since we're waiting for the announcement of the Darth Nihilus capital ship, I think we can expect maybe some new Old Republic or maybe a new territory battles that would make a lot more sense with this Omicron for territory battles in general, because right now they're just not as viable. You guys let me know down below. Is the tinfoil hat foreseeing a similar prophecy? Like, comment down below, subscribe, keep your tinfoil hats nice and fresh. And remember, pigeons, they're always watching. And more importantly, always remember, it's great to be in the Empire today.